Hey YouTube, how you guys doing tonight? Kevin here coming at you. Well, this is a fuel cap off of a 1997 Kawasaki KE100, and it's the type that has the key on it. And this is for the bike that has no locks on it. So the problem is, I got the cap off, and I'll show you how I did that. Is I collect keys, they're all extra keys from different bikes I've scrapped. And I found a key that would fit into it from a Yamaha. Yamaha fits on a Kawasaki. Pop it in the hole, have to wiggle it around, and as you can see, let's see if I can get it right there, see that? That pin right there, that's the lock. So that's what we're going to remove tonight, so this becomes just a regular gas cap. Now you don't want to remove the lock because this whole cap is a vent. It's a vented cap through the holes, and if you distort this thing in too much, it won't vent properly, and then you'll have the fume smell. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the screws. There's 2 screws right in the center. You want to note the way this comes because it's got different holes in different spots, different locations, okay? So one of the things that I typically do, I'll show you, I'm moving you out of the way for a second with the camera. Just a quick little modification. Something I like to do if you can, if you have the ability. I use paintball marker. Oh, maybe go upside down. Red paint. I got black ones, red ones, blue ones. Okay, we'll go back over here. Hopefully you can see it right. The lighting in here kind of sucks. I gotta change that. Okay, so we have a screw right here. Up in the corner, I'm just going to color that red. And then on the side over here, I'm just going to make a red line. Okay, see that? Red dot, red line. Kind of like timing marks, if you will. Okay, you don't want to lose your screw. Of course, I should not be doing this on top of a cardboard box, because you know what that means. Put pressure in the center. It means I'm probably going to lose something. This is how I modify a fuel cap if you don't have the key to it. And you're not going to get a key for it. Okay, there's nothing at the bottom. Then you get this big spring. Take the spring off. This plate right here. Move it off to the side. Here is your lock. Take the lock out. Put the plate back. Just the way you took it apart. Line up your pin. Oh, you gotta put your spring back in. Don't put your spring. Spring is very important to have. Put the plate back in. Line it up, squish it together, just like that. Throw your screws back into it. There we go. Tighten it all up. Just like so. Okay. Cool beans. Now the lock is removed. It's not going to leak there, so I'm not worried about that because it wasn't ever sealed to begin with. Doesn't matter with the key. And now it's just a regular gas cap. It'll go on and off like nothing, and that is how you modify a locking gas cap to become a regular cap. Now what I'll do is I'll clean up right here. I'll put some red Loctite on there, close that lock right there because it doesn't need to open. Make it one solid piece, it won't move, and we're good to go. So that's all there is. So red Loctite, just a dab around here. So when it locks in like that and seats in, it'll literally glue it to it, and this thing will be one solid cap. And it'll look just like that, nice and clean, no key needed. Boom, off you go. So that is my Kawasaki KE100 fuel cap modification. If you buy a cap and you don't have the key, you could buy these things on eBay. And, you know, if you broke your cap, which they do break, if you have one, you get them on eBay, and that's how you modify it. You could change the lock, but I don't have a lock to put into it, so I'm not even going to bother trying to take it apart. But if you need to remove your lock, you take out the screws here, here, and here, and the whole mechanism comes out, and then the lock will pop out through when you pull this out, the lock will come out that way. So, self-explanatory. This right here just allows you to get to the what I call a dog, if you will, the lock. This right here basically goes under the thing, so it can't get the cap out. So, and then I take my key, I put it back in here, close it up, and off I go. So, just a few minute short video on how to do a cap, and I'll show you what another thing I did. Okay, I like making tools. I do a lot of fuel tank repairs, so I figured I'd do this video for you. Okay, this is also my dummy tank, and I do a lot of clean outs of tanks and everything else, and I always have to remove the petcock when I what do you call it there, when I flush a tank. So I'll show you what I made. Real simple. It's just a piece of steel, just a piece of flat stock. In fact, this is the leftover flat stock from the 12-volt conversion modification, and then it's just a thick piece of rubber at the bottom. You can see how thick the rubber is. It's pretty thick, and then 2 bolts. And then basically all you do is screw it on here. Of course, you tighten it down, and then once it's on there and coming off, then you can fill it up with your acid or your vinegar and let it sit without having to worry about eating the petcock. So it's just a steel plate, nothing fancy, and another nice little handmade tool for my toolbox. Just because I do these things in such quantity, and using 6mm bolts, metrics, that I had from my bolt bin. They don't even have to stick down that far. I got them sticking out about 1/4 of an inch on each side, and that is sufficient to tighten down on that. And you're not going to crank it down anyway, you're just going to tighten it up a little bit. Snug it, give it a little bit of a snug, and off you go. So, pretty neat little tool. Figured I'd do a quick demo on that, show you how that came out. You see the brazing and stuff like that, you can see the rust, and so, just one of those type of things. My practice tank, see? Can braze. That's all brazing right there. It's nice and smooth. Came out good. I had to braze over here. So, just a practice tank. You can see, like right here. You see my mess up, how awful it looks. It should look like it's painted on. Like almost like gold leafing, you know? So, and that is why I have a practice tank. So when I'm doing them, I have a dummy tank to practice on. So when I work on a regular tank, I can just say, okay, I gotta do this, this, and this, boom. And even though I do it a lot, it's good to have a practice tank. And this is also my dummy mock-up tank. So if I'm doing a bike and that custom exhaust, I don't want to weld near my nice tank. I don't mind welding on this one. This tank is junk. So, I mean, it's not that bad. It's nice inside, but I've been poking holes in it to weld it up. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe. And if you guys have any questions or comments, by all means, please send them my way. Thank you.